For all our telescopes and satellites scanning the heavens, the most astonishing possibility may be this: they've already been here. It's an idea that has fascinated humanity for centuries. The notion that extraterrestrials didn't just exist out there, but may have visited Earth in the past. From ancient myths to modern sightings, crop circles to mysterious ruins, the theory of ancient aliens has woven itself into popular imagination. But is there any truth behind the stories? Let's start with a name that appears in nearly every serious discussion about alien contact: Professor Stephen Hawking. While he was known for his scientific caution, Hawking didn't dismiss the idea of alien visitation entirely. In fact, he issued a warning that if intelligent extraterrestrial civilizations do exist and were to make contact, the consequences for humanity could be devastating. The history of advanced civilizations encountering less advanced ones on Earth, he once said, has never ended well for the latter, and they were the same species. In other words, if aliens did come here in the past, we might not have welcomed them, or even recognized them. We might have worshipped them, or feared them, or simply been ignored as ants are ignored by giants. This is where ancient alien theorists often point to early human history and say, look closer. Consider the Nazca lines in the Peruvian desert, vast geoglyphs carved into the ground over 2,000 years ago, depicting animals, plants, and complex geometric patterns. Some of the lines stretch for miles, forming perfectly straight paths across rocky terrain. From the ground, they're nearly invisible, but from the air, they form breathtaking shapes, best viewed from thousands of feet above. In the 60s, Swiss author Erich von Däniken proposed a provocative idea. The lines were built not for humans, but for visitors from the sky, landing strips for alien spacecraft. Mainstream archaeologists disagree, of course. They believe the Nazca lines were ritualistic, spiritual offerings to sky gods perhaps, or large-scale calendars tied to the stars. But here's the truth. We don't really know. The mystery persists. Then there are the Egyptian pyramids, the temples of the Maya, the megalithic structures of Stonehenge, all engineered with astonishing precision, without modern tools, cranes, or computers. Some believe such architectural feats are evidence of outside help, that knowledge was passed down by beings who came from the stars. Skeptics argue that this underestimates ancient ingenuity, that it's more likely early civilizations were smarter, stronger, and more organized than we tend to believe. But again, what if? What if some ancient sightings etched in cave walls or passed down as legends were more than imagination? Let's fast forward to modern times. In 1947, a pilot flying near Mount Rainier, Washington, reported seeing 9 shiny objects moving at incredible speeds. He described them as saucers skipping over water. The press coined the term flying saucers, and the modern UFO era began. That same year, another event would ignite conspiracy theories that still burn today. The infamous Roswell incident. A mysterious object crashed in the New Mexico desert. The U.S. military initially announced it had recovered a flying disc, a satellite, then quickly retracted the statement, saying it was just a weather balloon. But rumors spread like wildfire. Alien bodies had been recovered. A cover-up was underway, and Roswell became ground zero for every alien conspiracy theory that followed. The truth? Declassified documents decades later revealed the object was part of Project Mogul, a top-secret military experiment involving high-altitude balloons designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests. The bodies, seen by witnesses, were likely test dummies used in parachute research. But by then, the legend had taken on a life of its own. Even today, UFO sightings continue around the globe. Some are clearly hoaxes, others remain unexplained. And in 2020, something changed. For the first time in history, the US Department of Defense officially released videos showing unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, the new term for UFOs. These videos, captured by Navy pilots, show objects defying known physics, hovering, darting, accelerating at impossible speeds without visible propulsion. The Pentagon acknowledged, We don't know what they are. That's a seismic shift. What was once dismissed as fringe belief is now being openly investigated by governments and scientists. And while no one is claiming these UAPs are alien in origin, the possibility is no longer laughed off. So, are we being visited? It's tempting to believe, but belief without evidence is speculation. What scientists are truly after is a signal, a transmission, a measurable, verifiable interaction. That's why the WOW signal, received in 1977 by Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope, remains so compelling. It was a burst of radio energy lasting 72 seconds, precise, narrowband, and unlike any natural source. It came from the constellation Sagittarius, and to this day, no one has explained it. The astronomer who discovered it simply wrote one word on the data printout: wow. It is never repeated. But it's never been dismissed either. Some believe it may have been a cosmic eavesdrop, a moment when we unintentionally intercepted an alien conversation not meant for us. Could that be our only proof so far? A single whisper from the stars? Perhaps. But the search continues, and it's accelerating. At Infinity Beyond, we explore not just the science, but the wonder behind these questions. Whether ancient myths or military footage, unexplained signals, or alien-shaped crop formations, they all point toward the same deep human desire. To know, to connect, to no longer be alone. And if alien civilizations do exist, as the science increasingly suggests, then the real question isn't have they visited, it's when will they return.